I can go a hair downwind, 5 degrees, maybe 10 degrees, below 309, no lower. I'm going to start with the mast forward. I'm going to pull it back and open the sail up a little bit. And I'm going to throw the mast forward down the center line and pull the clue in. It's different than a windsurfer pump. The mast has to go in a straight line, and I am not using my hips and stomach to pump yet, like I would on a standard windsurfer. So I'm going sail back, opens up on a straight line, throw it forward, and sheet in. What does throwing it forward create? Apparent wind on the sail. And then I'm sheeting in on that. Right? This happens pretty quick, but it's a straight line. So we pull back. There's a great video Britt has on the North Beach website with pumping the foil, which I like, which is cool. But so we open up, we sheet forward, we open up, we sheet forward, we open up, we sheet forward. That's part one, just arms. And I'm doing that because I can't move it all. Now I'm starting to pick up speed, right? So now we're going to get into part two, which is board bouncing. Now, when we pull the sail back and open it, we're going to push down on the back foot. So when I pull the sail back and open it, I'm going to push down on the back foot. Now I do not want my head to get behind my back foot when I push down on my back foot, or I'm going to get off my balance. And there's no roll involved. No roll involved. Board flat. Not flat on roll, adjust on pitch. So, I work with the back foot, slam the tail down. What's the board going to do? What's it going to do? Flare up, right? Then, we're going to throw the sail forward. We're going to sheet forward, and we're going to climb over the hill. Put the weight back down on the mast base. Throw the sail forward, sheet forward, put the weight back down on the mast base. Back to the back foot, push down on the back foot, slam down, pull up, shoot up and forward, put the weight back down on the front. Pull back, open the sail, push down on the back foot, that nose comes up, shoot the weight forward, come up, back down on that mast base. You're trying to porpoise. A windsurfer would inherently sheet in on that backstroke. There's a weird, don't sheet on the backstroke, sheet it on the front stroke. Trying to throw it forward, that over the hill feeling, which is a little tricky. Now, I get my speed. So pull back, push down, sheet forward. I'm getting my speed up. It's starting to come up. I'm starting to pick speed up. At this point, I want to start to shift my weight out to my front foot on the post. Pull back, push down, sheet forward, up over the hill. Pull back, push down, sheet over the hill. I'm starting to shift my weight and start to bounce down a little bit on the front foot, which make the board do what? Turn where? Push down that front foot. Where is it going to turn? A little bit upwind. So now I'm trying to turn upwind. I want to squeeze my apparent wind into me, Joel, because if I'm too far off the wind, I'm going to pull myself off the back soon. So I'm starting, no speed, no speed, no speed, starting to pick up speed, pull back, push down, sheet up and forward, pull back, push down, sheet up and forward. Now starting to get into the air. I'm down on the mast base, down on the back foot, starting to shift into my upwind stance, starting to put weight on the front foot. I'm picking up more speed, down on the mast base, down on the back foot, down on the mast base, down on the back foot, shift the weight to the front foot, lock out, pull the rig back, head forward, lock into a stiff outboard position and crank upwind. I want to try to get upwind, even if I want to go downwind, I want to try to get upwind first, get my speed established, and then I can bear off later. Always safety upwind first. Pull back, push down, slam it down, sheet up and forward. Once you're in the air, then it's a rhythm of mast base, back foot, just trying to sort of porpoise the board, sheet in on that until I get my speed, and then locking myself out forward. That was not as articulate as it should be, but you got the idea. So edge over here right now because I'm not moving. And my created wind angle, right where the direction I'm traveling from my created wind is Joel. So I'm going to turn a little downwind, which puts Ed a little bit behind me. And then I get this really serious hero pump on my foil downwind, my windsurfing pump, and I shoot the nose into the air. So I'm pretty excited, like rolling. I think I got a good shot of it, but because I'm downwind, the second I pump up, Ed still stays behind me, right? So I just don't have much of Ed. And Ed really almost disappears because I'm too far off the wind, and I pump right up, and then I keep flying off the back because Andre's let me down. Like, Andre's doing nothing for me, so I keep running away from him. So you got to turn right away. I want to do one pump, and then I want to start to sheet in. I want Ed to come around as fast as he can. If he gets over to me right away, then I can crank in on Ed, and I have some force to lock myself in. But if Ed doesn't come around to the front, because I'm going too far downwind, and Ed hangs out where my true wind is, I just cannot get that angle to go up. And this again, it happens when the jibing, especially with the wind. But with windsurf pumping, too many people go way downwind. Now you could do that off a wave, but then you're literally using your feet to ride the wave to get your foil speed up. And then that's going to create your pressure, but it's really hard to do that and not go upwind.
So you're trying to maximize apparent wind.
Yes, yes. Because if you're doing 25 and 15, then that's what you're really riding all day, right?
Okay. I missed that one. Can we go through that?
Yes, so you're the director I'm traveling. You're a 3 or 9 right now. You're 9. I decided to go 7:30 to get a little swell and to pump up on the plane. So at 7:30, my apparent wind is behind me because I'm not moving. My true wind is behind me, and when I pump, I can shoot this thing up. But my apparent wind is not really going to come around. It's too far off the wind, so he stays behind me, and then all of a sudden, there's just no wind. I went from 0 to 12, and the wind went from 12 to 0. But now there's nothing. The only way I'm going to get 12 is if I go 0 again, or if I turn hard enough, these guys are going to meet together, and I might get 24 instead of 0.
S pump.
Yeah, it is almost an S pump. It's more of a smooth arc. Like I find myself bing, 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 and I'm slowly turning and squeezing in. And then what you were saying about pumping faster is I have to pump faster. But if I get a good pump and Ed jumps around to this side of me, so let's play this game. If I get a really nice pump across the wind and Ed jumps around, and then I sheet out on my next pump, what does Ed see right now? What do you see?
Ed.
No, what does Ed see? What side? The wrong side. Yeah, I had a great pump, and then I sheeted out too much on my recoil, and Ed knocks me backwards or erases my great pump.
You're going down.
I'm not going down, but I just did all that freaking work, and I went from 0 to 20 to 0. I want to go from 0 to 15 to 17 to 19 to 20 and hold it. I want to go 0, 15, 0, 15, 0. And both of these, either by going too far downwind or by recoiling too large, I go from 0 to 15 to 0.
So the changing in how you use a sail compared to regular windsurfing is about the apparent wind difference that you have on the foil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then with a wing, you are only allowed to move your arms together when you're pumping on a wing, but the second you get up in the air, you got to get back to that independent control. And that's a hard transition, because if I do one pump on the wing too many, and I'm still in double tendonitis in the air, all of a sudden this thing's really hard to control. Well, the windsurf foiling is a little bit similar. I want to be circulating and rotating this thing to get moving, but once I'm up in the air and going, then I can't be swinging around and doing big pumps, and that's why I'm not allowed on the windsurfer to add all this hip action, sideways hip action that we do windsurf pumping, because that really swings it. The only hip action I'm allowed on the windsurf pump is vertical. Right? I'm only allowed to go vertical, vertical, vertical. I can't be swinging around the pump. I got to go straight down and straight up. Slam the wing, slam the foil, create the speed, and then sheet in on my own speed.